Welcome to the channel. In this episode, we get to travel through some of the most beautiful parts of Canada, through Jasper and Banff National Parks. Then we get to see a couple of girls shooting TikTok videos in front of a black bear. Yeah, that didn't turn out quite the way I was hoping. And then we head down to Latham, Alberta, where we get to check out an extensive collection of internationals, along with the Street Wheelers car show, so stick around. Day 8 of the journey from Alaska to Virginia has us leaving Valemount, British Columbia, and traveling towards Jasper and then on to Banff this evening. Our goal is to get to Banff to visit some friends, but we will be stopping off in Jasper. I remember from our trip driving to Alaska 25 years ago that this is absolutely some of the most beautiful scenery on Earth. So there'll be a lot to see. Well, we just found a restaurant to eat at that has really, really fast Wi-Fi here in Jasper. So I'm running back to get the laptop to try to get a video up while we eat lunch. This is the cutest little town. It's like being in the Alps or something. Cute little camper. So we're in the Canadian Rockies between Jasper and Banff, and it is astoundingly beautiful. See the big glacier over there pouring off that mountain. Nugget is doing okay. It's a little steep at times, and I guess sometimes we're doing 40. But we're taking our time, and there's lots of room for passing, so people aren't too irritated, I don't think. April's trying to feed chipmunks. There he goes. There he goes. He's right behind this rock. In the road. It's a long way down for there not to be any guardrail. One of the problems to filling up your fuel tank before you drive up a mountain. Yeah, we're a little uphill at the moment, and it's slowly dripping out, so we're gonna take off. Over here on this side, I'm gonna remove my emergency brake. See it? That's right. Oh. Just in case. All right, let's hit the road. So we're doing a whopping 25 miles an hour uphill. Speed limit's only, well, no, wait, 25 miles and 50 kilometers. I think it's like 35. I don't know. We're not doing too bad. There's mountain goats or something here. There's people taking photos. Oh no, it's a waterfall. But unfortunately, I'm not going to slow down because this is very steep. You might not be able to tell in the video. This is very steep. And I'm chugging, so we're just going to keep chugging. Keep moving while we're moving. Like my dad always said, don't fix what ain't broken. This ain't broken yet, so we're just gonna keep moving. Well, April's out taking some photos. I'm tired. I was telling her that it's kind of weird. You don't see it go away, but it does. That, you know, up in Alaska and in the Yukon, you could just pull over anywhere and camp. There wasn't tons of rules, and then you come down through British Columbia and you kind of feel it slowly changing. And then you get into Alberta and it's, I don't know, there's just rules and there's no notices. And if you pull over, they'll fine you up, because if you overnight outside of a campground, it could be a $25,000 fine, which is unbelievable. If you camp inside the park outside of a campground. Go to Alaska and Denali, you can just pull over beside the road and go to sleep. Not just that, you can pull down off the road, go across a gravel bar, wade through the river, go over to the other side and sleep over there. It just slowly disappears. And while we're up there, we're always saying to, like, why is that guy paying for a site at that campground when he could go a mile and camp beside the river? And I think it's because a lot of the time people just don't realize that it's allowed, because they come from places like this that are so, you know, constricted. And I'm not saying it should be different necessarily. There's a lot more people here. But it's part of living up there that I miss. Anyway, that water is crazy blue. Is it wrong that I kind of want the bear to come chase the two TikTok girls? It might be. Okay, so new problem with the Scout. I have never ever driven this Scout at night before. My headlights do not shine on the road. In fact, they shine well above every other car. So I'm just trying to get to a campground tonight, and I will have to do some adjustment. But yeah, it's not as bad as it looks in the video, because there's lots of street lights and cars around, and I'm getting a little glow in front of the car. But yeah, this isn't the best thing, I must say. Okay, so we are in the teardrop in
Canmore, Canada.
Canmore.
Outside of Banff.
Near Banff, yes. We stopped to visit some friends, and we stayed a little too late, and the sun went down.
Show you where we're staying.
And yeah, I'll show you a second. And I've never driven my Scout in the dark, and the headlights shine like I'm looking for squirrels or raccoons. They're way up in the air. Like way up in the air. Like there's no headlight on the road. Practically there's none. There's a glow on the road. Anyway, we came down the highway about 4 exits, we went to the first campground that turned out to not be a campground.
Construction site.
Construction site. Yeah,
we thought about sleeping there, decided not to. But then we thought, well, we missed the road, so we went down another road, and it turned out to be a dead end, and I had to turn around at a house. You know what else my Scout doesn't have? Backup lights.
Yeah.
None. No reverse lights at all. So anyway, that was yeah. Well, we got it out, and then we came to this campground that is, well, let's just say, I think what it is some guy had a lot behind his house and decided he could make some money. And so he did. Here, I'll shoot you a little. Here, I will stop. So that's the porch to his house. That's a washer and dryer on the back porch. Yeah, that's the pickets on his porch. We're 4 feet from his porch. So we are sleeping in our clothes tonight, ready to run if necessary. It's not, I wouldn't call it sketchy, it's weird.
It's sketchy.
No, it's not like, you know, it's just weird.
Our shoes are on the inside.
Yeah, we brought our shoes in tonight.
It's sketchy. If you put your shoes on the inside, it's sketchy.
The door's locked.
Sketchy.
Okay, so we're going to set up for a little while and then go to sleep. The guy was nice. He said he really was nice. I mean, it's 11 o'clock at night, and he's in there because it's his house. And there was a number on the door that said, like, call. So I called, and he came out in a towel. I think he was in his underwear. Anyway, he was very nice, and he said, you know, I don't have a spot. Do you need hookups? And I said, no, we just need a place to go to sleep and wake up in the morning and leave. And he said, well, why don't you just put it right there in the gravel behind the house, and I'll charge you half price. So 25 Canadian, and we have a place to sleep tonight. And then in the morning, I'm going to adjust my headlights, which that will be awesome. But I'm not driving at night anymore. So, you know, things just got to get up early.
At least we got the stars to stare at.
And we have the stars to stare at. April put glow in the dark. Here, turn your light off. Do they glow? No, they don't glow enough. She put glow in the dark stars all over the ceiling. So she energizes them and then turns the lights out. Oh, there we go. Yeah, here, do that one right there. The big one right here. Light it up really good. Okay, now move your light. Close it. Whoa, look at there. Yep, that's us, baby. We're sleeping under the stars. Anyway.
Life's not bad.
No, it ain't too bad. We sleep under the stars. Life's not too bad. She's charging them all up now. Yep, we're glowing nice. Oh, yeah. Look at that. Woo. This is the constellation. Go to sleep. Anyway, we're going to go to bed now. Well, we're going to hang out here and for a little bit. Yeah. All right. Good night. Good night. So yeah, that was our camping spot last night. This is the campground behind the house. 5 over there. 5 over there. Some little apartment buildings, maybe? I don't know. Yeah, weird. But we survived. No worries. We're gonna get up and leave. No worries.
So I got the headlights adjusted. Didn't take too long. Everything worked as it should have. Got them pointed down at the road a little bit, and we took off for a gas station to fill up for the day. If you've not heard, you know, the fuel gauge doesn't work, so we have a policy of fuel every day, and it keeps us from running out.
Maybe in the gas station parking lot, under the massive mountains. It was just chirping away, wasn't it? Mad as can be.
I don't know what, but I don't know.
They probably just saw me fill up my tank and
I'm gonna make them even madder.
spew gas everywhere. You're killing me. You're killing me. I'm sorry, guys. Don't go over there. So here's a Canadian complaint. McDonald's in Canada doesn't serve biscuits. Everything has to be on one of those chewy Egg McMuffins. Ooh. No, I miss a biscuit. No biscuits. Not many Canadian complaints though. Scenery is too pretty. People are nice. Oh, I haven't done the conversion yet on gas prices because I can't imagine what they're going to be. But I think it is over $8 a gallon. So this might not be the time to tour Canada. I think it is a little over 8, but I haven't done the math yet. On the road again. I don't know if it's okay for me to whistle a song on a YouTube video without paying royalties. It is amazingly beautiful. Not me, that mountain, look. It's amazingly beautiful on this side, and I can't even see the mountain. We're hoping for a 300-mile low-stress driving day. Got 2 lanes. I don't have to worry about people trying to pass me, getting in front of me, and me having to gear down because they slowed down. It's just chugging along. So we made a little rest stop. And I thought I'd check the leak that we were having earlier. And hang on a second. What?
Were you talking to me?
Nope. No, just recording. So, I think I've narrowed it down. I think I know what the deal is now. I don't see lots on the pan anymore. I snugged them a little bit. There is here on the cable, but I think it's coming down from this guy. I think my leak is there. That rear seal. I had that rebuilt by Herm, the overdrive guy, but I'm not sure if it included a seal back here. He did some, he went through the gear and stuff, and I'll have to go back and look and see. But right there, you can kind of see how wet it is. And this is wet, that is wet. I think the oil comes down the speedo cable. That's not loose anymore. I have that. That's very, very tight. And then it kind of goes back. There. This seal on the rear is good. No leaking there. But I do have a leak on the front one. See, I don't know if I get out sunlight, maybe you can see. Now, correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, but if the hubs are not engaged at the wheels in the front, it's not in 4-wheel drive, and that drive shaft is not spinning, then the wheels are free spinning at the hub, and the diff should not be turning at all with the hubs disengaged. So I'm not too worried about that. I mean, I need to check it, I need to keep fluid in there, but if nothing's moving, then that's more of a nuisance than an emergency. Yeah. I'm almost positive that's true, but if I'm wrong, or if I'm right even, let me know in the comments. I think I am. Anyway, all's good here. I checked the motor oil, and it hasn't moved. I mean, the motor is tight and good. I've not seen any movement on the dipstick. So, still run like a top. I can't find any wood to knock on, but still run like a top. We are headed to, well, down closer to the border. And then tomorrow we'll go across to Sunburst, Montana. No, near Sunburst. And then we'll have to stay the night again. And then pick up mail on Monday because I have a turn signal being sent there. And if the person was going to send me a steering wheel puller, if they could find the right bolts, and hopefully it'll be there and I'll mail it back to them. And if not, I have found someone who says they'll bring one to me at Rocky Mountain Rendezvous. So one way or the other, hopefully I get turn signals before I leave Colorado. Oh, I gotta get out. Am I upside down now? No. All right. Well, let's get to the road. I think we're having leftover pizza and sandwiches. Poutine, which is cheese curds and gravy over fries, which doesn't, well, it tastes good. That is the weirdest combination of stuff I have ever seen. Apparently this is a thing in Quebec and on my face.
In Alberta.
And in Alberta. It came from Quebec, they said online. Anyway, we're gonna try it. Oh, well, in Canada, lots more people get gravy with their fries. Poutine, P-O-U-T-I-N-E. It's good. It's a lot of fries. Holy cow.
No, holy tater.
She asked me if I was from the States. I said, yeah, we're driving cross country. I said, I've never had poutine before, and I saw it on your sign, and I wanted to try it. And she goes, I gave you extra in case your wife wants some. But my wife can't eat it because it has flour in it, and she is allergic. So I get double, which is excellent. The cheese curds are melting. You don't want to watch me eat.
That's not attractive.
That's not attractive at all.
No,
So I'm going to stop it now. We'll eat a bit and hit the road. We're about an hour from, we're treating ourselves tonight to a hotel, which we have not, well, we stayed in that bed and breakfast, 3 weeks ago? I think. With the boys?
Oh, with the boys.
The night before the boys left.
Yeah.
But except for that visit at there, I have been in that teardrop or sleeping in the back of the camper while my cousin Frank was here. Since May 25th? 26th? And that's all of June. And this is like the first week of July. So like 6 weeks I've been in this, and she's been in it for about a month. We're treating ourselves to a hotel, a shower, a nice long shower, some internet so I can upload a video because I have not been able to, and I apologize for the slowness, but we are headed back into the States, and I feel like the odds are we will have better internet as we go. So Anyway, let's eat up and hit the road. If you're ever driving through Nanton, Alberta, the Zephyr Drive-In right there, best poutine? Best poutine I've ever eaten. Fries were pretty good too. I want that sticker for my Scout. If you can't read it, it says, it's 50 years old and shaped like a brick. Just go around. Well, we stopped at the international place in, where are we? Lethbridge. Anyway, we stopped here. I was going to check and see if they had a turn signal switch because, well, I've got one coming to me in Montana. But I also have another Scout that needs one. So I thought, well, shoot, I'll just stop and check and see if they have them. Because I've heard that the ones for Bluebird buses work, but they don't have them in stock. So we did find out though they have a car club here in town, and they're having a car show tomorrow. And apparently the guy who runs this has, like, I don't know, how many do you think were in that book?
What?
How many internationals does he own?
Oh my goodness.
At least he has a catalog of his internationals.
Yeah.
There's got to be at least 50 or 60 in there.
10 to a page. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70 or more.
Say 70 or more internationals. Oh, I love that shot. Show me one with the interstate.
There's his collection.
All right, show me. Look, we lined them all up on the highway somehow.
No, this is people gathering in 1968.
Wow. That's just crazy. Anyway, we might go to the show tomorrow. I think I finally found my muscle car. Well, April. You think it'll outrun Marvin?
Nothing can outrun Marvin. Everything can run Marvin. A snail could outrun Marvin.
Marvin doesn't even run. I mean, he starts and drives, but running isn't really its thing. It's a stroll. That's sharp. I think we'll have to go take a look at that guy. I believe that's a Travelall. I found my people. So I'm here with George Kirkham, like the #1 international collector in Alberta.
Okay, that's good.
Sure.
Yeah, it's
that
Western Canada even, but
Western Canada. Anyway, he's got some great trucks. Let's go see if George can tell us about it.
so the first one here is 1958 A100 timber tan, code 113, original paint color, has been repainted. Bought it from the son of the original owner, and actually got a deal on it. So, which is rare for me to get a deal on an international. Because everybody trying to put the screws together.
It's rare every day.
So yeah, it's a fun little truck to drive. So,
yeah,
little 6-cylinder, 3-speed. Just a good little fun grocery getter if you want to go get the groceries. The next one's a 1969 1500D, ton and a half. So 345 V8 and a 4-speed transmission. I'd owned it for 20 years before we decided to restore it. And then once we did restore it, then okay, what do you put on the back? So we decided to do a flat deck of stake body on it. We had a couple Coke machines sitting around. My wife suggested that we needed the floor space, so we made a Coke vending machine service truck out of it.
There you go.
And it actually underneath the hood, it still looks like a brand new truck because we had it all apart. It's kind of fun. It draws lots of attention, and a lot of people like Coke, and a few people like Old International, so it works. The next truck's kind of special to me. This was my dad's last company traveler. So my dad had worked for International for 39 and a half years. He had a couple of scouts after this, but he had sold it to the dealer down in Milk River, 60 miles south of us, when he was done with it. So that would have been in 76. That truck was built in, I think, December or January of 75, probably January 75, and was getting close to the end, but full loads, trailer towing package, buckets, full bucket seats, high back bucket seats, 392 automatic tilt cruise, power steering, power brakes, Dana 70 or Dana 60 rear end, and so we paid way too much money for it. The guy that we bought it from was a dealer, an old International dealer that could teach me some lessons on being a little bit harder to deal with. But
There's one of these buried in the willows in Bethel.
Okay.
In Bethel, Alaska. Bright yellow.
But we have the line set ticket. We have the original invoices for it that come from International, and the invoice that my dad sold it to the dealer in Milk River for us. So that's pretty special to me. That's
Cool. And then my absolute favorite, the truck.
So this is a 1974 camper special 200 3/4 ton two-wheel drive that but it doesn't have air conditioning, but it's pretty much a full load other than that. But it had a camper on it the whole time when the previous owner had it, and the box is mint. The tailgate was off the truck the whole time, so it's like brand new. It has some little spots in the paint. It's not perfect, but it's all original, about 37,000 miles on it. The upholstery was covered with a heavy seat cover, and it looks like brand new with the camper on it. The dash isn't cracked. I mean, this is as close to an original International that you're ever going to find. So and this is the first time we've ever shown this truck publicly outside our toy shop. So we get stuffed in the corner, we never drove it. So Shelby decided, no, we're going to drive it this week, and she's been out running a couple of tanks full of gas out of it, and we're getting out and having some fun with it finally.
That is awesome. Well, thank you, George.
Thank you.
The beautiful, beautiful display.
Have a safe trip.
Fingers crossed.
Okay.
All right, cool. Thank you. This is
So are you teaching back in the...
No, we retired. would almost trade Nugget. Even, of course. They might have to kick in a little. Well, the Cobra was a replica, but the Pantera is not. That is sweet. I have so many questions. So many questions. What's it? Arrow. Well, the 44th annual Street Wheelers car show was incredible. Kind of windy here.
We're in Lethbridge, Alberta.
Lethbridge, Alberta. We just got lucky enough that happened to be in town today, so we took the day and came and met George, which is great. Saw some awesome vehicles. What was your favorite?
And left without one.
And left without one, which is new for us. These are too nice for me. Prices are too much. I need $300 Scouts, not $30,000 hot rods. So which was your favorite?
The orange and white Travelall or the 73 Volkswagen.
Yeah, the green International pickup was sweet, but there was a Pantera that was from my youth, or that van, the 70s van. All right, let's go get something to eat. One of the best cars wasn't even in the show. That is a hot rod soccer mom car. So when we made it back to the Scout, we realized we were a little boxed in. Some people had brought vehicles on trailers and parked in the parking lot there behind me. And there was just no way to back out. So with a little assistance from someone there on the street, I was able to do a little urban overlanding. Yeah, so we jumped a concrete barrier onto the sidewalk and weaved our way through some no parking signs and vehicles and posts, and made it out through an empty space that April was holding for me, so no one would pull in and park and really box me in. But it was an exciting end to a very cool day. We went back and stayed at the hotel one more night. It was kind of hard to leave. They might have to pry us out of there. The goal is tomorrow to start driving to the border and then over into Montana. We've got a buffalo ranch lined up to camp on, which should be great fun in the next episode. But for now, we're going to call this one done. If you enjoy the episodes, please consider subscribing. I've noticed in the analytics that less than half of you have, so please consider taking a second and subscribing to the channel. Nugget's doing well, and we're pushing south. So get your vintage vehicles out there on the road, and hopefully we'll see you along the way sometime. Anyway, thank you for watching.